Or they have to honor him. Stay awake. They stayed to give special honor to Yaakov by putting their crowns on there. How did they see Yaakov? What did they have to do with Yosef? This is Shmuel, Edom, and Bnei Keturah. Seemingly, they saw Yaakov originally. How does Esav see Yaakov? Spiritual person. Might-wise, we could destroy you. Yosef is a representation of Yaakov. Yosef is Yaakov. So when they saw Yaakov, Yosef has that power. Now they see Yaakov in a different light. The power of Yosef is Yaakov. You understand? When they see Yosef, that he achieved viceroy of Egypt, which is the leading civilization in the world, that means Yaakov dominates not only the spiritual, he dominates the physical. So if that's the case, they submitted, coming to this understanding. Okay? That's number one. Secondly, the whole thing is difficult. The ministers, they didn't appreciate Yaakov's family. What are you talking about? Until Yaakov came to Egypt, there was a famine. The only reason why the Nile rose up to water the land was because of Yaakov, the bracha he'd given to Paro. So if that's the case, why did they recognize the specialness of his family? Right? They didn't recognize it. Why did they recognize it? Yaakov didn't want to be buried there because he was going to be deified. Right? But it seems to me, no, until they saw this, it wasn't enough. But what did they say? They saw Yaakov, what he did for Yaakov. Yosef, they knew Yosef was a brother. They knew Yosef was the brother. But still, they didn't accord the family that. Now that they see Yaakov, now they call what? What's the reason? The answer is very simple. As a result of the Nile rising, now, how did, Paro deified himself? What did he say, Paro? Do you know what he said? He's called the snake, the serpent of the Nile. That's how Paro, the pasuk says, he's the serpent of the Nile. And this pasuk says, we read in the Haftorah, he says, I created the Nile. How did he create the Nile? You know why? Because whenever he'd go to the Nile would rise up. So evidently he's in control, he created it. He's the living representation, he's a deification of that. Understand? He never shared with the people where he got this power from. It was Yaakov. Yaakov gave him the bracha. Before he got the bracha, what was he? He was a nobody. He was the king of Egypt. But where do we see that? What's water? Water is life. There was a famine. They didn't understand that the reason why the famine stopped, they said, well, all of a sudden he took on godly powers, Paro. Whenever he goes down, it rises towards him. He didn't make it public knowledge that this is Yaakov. This is him. So therefore, just because they're Yaakov's children, they're not special. You understand? But when they saw the honor they accorded Yaakov, it's Yaakov. They didn't see Yaakov being special until they put the crowns. Because the rising of the Nile, they did attribute to Yaakov. That's Paro. Therefore, only then, therefore on the way back, they were at the end of the line, rather than when they originally went up to Canaan. That's the way I understand it. Otherwise, the whole thing doesn't make, the story doesn't make sense. Okay? That ended the famine. Rashi, you'll get there. It's Hashem. V'yispu sham mispid godel. COVID mode. They had a great hesped. It was more tona afil susma afil chamorim. Yeah, even the animals were actually were sulking. Yeah, this all of a sudden they come Machpelah. Esav's there. He's not letting them bury Yaakov. Omalen Mamre Kiris Arba. He Hebron. It says, why is it called Kiris Arba? No, Howard.
Couples.
So they're supposed to be 4 couples. So he says what?
Is there?
V'omar Reb Yitzhak Kiris Arba Zuka So Yusham. There are 4 couples buried there. Odom Chavo, Avram Sora Yitzhak Rivka Yaakov Leo. You cover Leo. So Esav says, you buried Leah, b'digdei, you buried in your portion, v'hai defayish, so the grave that's left over, didiu, Obra lei, zavito, so they said, the children said, but you sold it. You sold to Yaakov. Omelo didis vini b'bechivusa, I only sold my birthright. Pshitusa mizavini, but the original, my portion as an ordinary person that I didn't sell. Amalayein, yes, you did sell it. Tichsiv, v'kivri asher karisili. Yaakov said to his children, "It's the grave that I purchased." Meaning he had a deed. Yaakov had a deed from Esau that he purchased the Machpelah, that he has both graves. Amar Rabbi Yochanan mishum Rishimi Yotzodok and Kira El Loshen Lechiro. The word asher karisi means that I purchased. Came Bekrochei Yom in the islands. They refer to Korah Lebechira Kira. Amadu Havali Yigarto. So he says, "Show me the deed." You're this Esau. He's a tough guy. He says, "You claim it's yours. Show me the deed." Amar Le Yigarto Ba'ar de Mitzrayim. He says the deed is in Egypt. They're in Canaan now. Uma Nazel. So they said, "Who's going to go get it for us?" Nazel Naphtali Lekoli Kalilioso. Naphtali could run like lightning because he's like a deer, right? Ayola L'Shlucha. Naphtali Ayola Shlucha Hanosi Mishofer. Amar Reb Yitzchak, Amar Reb Atikri Imre Shofer, El Imre Sefer. He's able to bring back the book, the deed. You hear this? So he sent Naphtali to go get the deed. He was going to come back. What happened? In the meantime, Chushim break the Don. You know, Don only had one son. He only had one son. Chushim. His name was Chushim. Tamon Habo V'Yikir Le'udnei. He was what? He was deaf and he was a mute. He didn't hear. He was hard of hearing. Amalu, so he's looking at this, what's going on over here. They're bickering over the grave. Yaakov is lying there in disgrace. Oma, Lu, my highs, he says to his brother, to his uncles, what's going on over here? Amalu, Koma Akev, hi, Adodi Naphtali, Me'arid Mitzrayim. We're waiting for Naphtali to bring back the deed. Amalu, Vadosi Naphtali, Me'arid Mitzrayim, Yehoavi, Abba, Muto, Bibizoyin. And until Naphtali comes out, my grandfather should lie in disgrace. He couldn't deal with it. Shokal Kufo, Machia Reishe. You hear this? He took a club and he whacked him across his head. And he killed Esau. Natra and Ame. His eyes fell out of the head. You hear this? He gave him such a whack behind the head, his eyes flew out of his head. V'novla akara di Yaakov. And it fell on Yaakov's feet. The eyes of Esau. Paschinu Yaakov le'enei v'ochich. Yaakov was passed away. He opens and he smiled. He smiled. The tzaddik will rejoice when he sees the vengeance taking place. He will wash his feet in what? In the blood of the evil one. Yeah, this. But also Shon is kind of Rivka. At that moment, the war of Rivka was fulfilled. When she told Yaakov to flee, he says, "Why should I lose both of you on the same day?" Although they pass away on the same day, but the burial was on the same day. Vilo, stop. So here, Chaim Shmulevitz asks a question. Chushim ben Don, he killed Esau. He says, how could my grandfather be? We're going to wait till Naphtali gets back with the deed. Meantime, my grandfather's lying in disgrace. He couldn't tolerate it. So he clubbed him, killed him. What about the other brothers? What did they feel the way Chushim felt? They should have felt the same way. I mean, they were greater than the Chushim. You had Shimon, Levi. Shimon was fierce, right? When they sold Shimon and Levi, right? They have certain characteristics of Esau, Shimon and Levi. They should have done the same thing to Esau, right? As he whacked him across the head, they should have whacked him across the head with the club. What do you say, Judah? So what? But here's the Shem Shamayim. Or the other brothers. No. What are you talking about? They wiped out. But they didn't consult with their father. They could have consulted with their father. So I'll tell you what Rav Chaim says something phenomenal. It says he was hard of hearing, couldn't hear. So he was like a bystander, and he's watching what's going on. This doesn't make sense. My grandfather's lying in disgrace. And he reacted. The others who could hear, and they were involved in the bickering, they were drawn into it. They weren't able to see what he saw, because they were part of the fray over here. They were in the fray. Because he couldn't hear or speak, he was on the side. So watching the sidelines in his mind, he said, this is insanity. Therefore, he reacted, they didn't react. That's what Chaim Shmuel Levitt says.
Because the way his eyes read that he had to use his eyes, and he said that he never went through each other, because he always heard had to reach eyesight, but because his eyes...
Doesn't say at first, it doesn't say her eyesight was diminished. Doesn't say it was diminished.
No, but she cried.
Who says this?
I heard it.
Who says it?
We heard it yesterday from everybody.
Okay, I think it's very weak. Very weak. Schwach Meises. I think the eyes represent that we had this week's parsha. No, I think it's better. Okay, it says the eyes. It says Yitzchak, the Avos HaKadoshim, Hashem did not associate their name with them until they passed away. But Yitzchak, Hashem says Elokei Yitzchak. Why? It says because he wasn't able to see, so therefore he's not subject to the Yitzhara. He says he's not subject to the Yitzhara, and also he's confined to the house. Right? Therefore, Hashem, although Yitzchak is still alive, Hashem referred to himself as Elokei Yitzchak when he communicated to Yaakov. Rashi in this week's parsha. So the Gemara says, Chazal say that the heart lusts, and the eyes seek out what the heart. The eyes are the broker of the heart. You understand? But if there are no eyes, the heart can lust from today forever. It's over. You know. You mean you only lust because you're able to locate it. You have a good person seeking it out. The eyes. What about if you're in solitary confinement for the next 1,000 years? What do you lust? You lust nothing. You understand? Because the eyes can't seek out. They can't seek out, so it's not reality. So Esav, why did he want to take in the whole world? Because those eyes, because that was his heart. But without the eyes, the heart doesn't exist. So the eyes, everything was the eyes. Okay? If Yosef wouldn't have buried his father, his brothers wouldn't have. It says Yosef's brother did carry Yaakov. Because they felt it's better that a king should bury our father, should be take over all the arrangements than ordinary people. Milano Gold of Yosef, who's great as Yosef, Tan Rabbana Borei, Kama Chavivs Mitzvah Ala Moshe, Rabbeinu, famous. Kol Yisrael Nisasku Bebizo, Hu Nisasek B'Mitzvahs, right? Everybody, where were they when Moshe was locating the remains of Yosef? They were taking the gold and silver from the Egyptians. Shnei Chachem Leiv, Poskim Mish Chachem Leiv Yikach Mitzvos. Uminayin Ho Yudei Moshe Rabbeinu Hechon Yosef cover. Yosef passed away years earlier. How did Yosef know where he was buried? Amru Serch. So they told him Serch Bas Osher, the Shtari Mosador. Serch Bas Osher. She's a remnant of that generation. Holach Moshe Etzlos. Moshe went to her. The Medrash even says they were cousins. He referred to her as his aunt because she was like the matriarch. Omar Lohem, Omar Lo Klumat Yodas Hechon Yosef Kover. Do you know where Yosef is buried? Omar Lo Oren Shel Mateches Osu Lo Mitzrayim. They made an iron casket. Kavor Benilos, and they threw it into the Nile. Benil Sanokadish is Borchu Meimov. So the waters should be blessed. Yosef was special. They wanted. Holach Moshe V'Omer Al Tzvas Tilos. He went to the edge of the Nilo. Yosef. Yigia Eish Nishba Kodesh Baruch Hu. Time has come to the moment that Hashem promised to take us out. Shani Go Leschem. Yigia Shvuah V'Hishbati Yisrael. Now it's time to fulfill the oath that you adjure your brothers. If you reveal yourself, fine. If not, we're vindicated. We're free of the oath. Yeah, all of a sudden, this metal iron casket floated to the top. Well, I mean, iron doesn't float. We're talking about this thing could have weighed tons. It floated to the top. There's a barzel nofal. Elamayim. Aho Adoni. Vusho v'yom isha lukim ono nofal. V'yareu esamok v'yikza v'yitza yashel shom v'yotzav abarzel. Yeah, this is by Elisha. They wanted some iron to rise. So he cut a piece of wood, threw it into the water, so wood floats. When the wood went in the water, it magnetically drew up. This is Elisha. Hello, it's Baruch Ma Elisha Talmidu Shel Elio. Elio Talmidu Shel Moshe. So Barzel Miponov. B'nei Moshe Rabbeinu Lach Kamakamo. If Elisha was able to bring about this miracle, what Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't bring the miracle, that iron should float. He was buried in the burial location where the kings were buried. Holach Moshe v'omar al karbanik shel melochim. So he went to the burial location of the kings. Am Yosef Igia Eishen Nishba Kodesh Baruch Sheni Goel Eschem Igia Shvur Shishbatis Yisrael Imato Maratz Mutavim Lav Hareonu Menukim Shvuos Rabos Shob. There's the Isaiah Aronu Shel Yosef. All of a sudden, that they used to bury in catacombs in the wall. All of a sudden, that coffin started to shake in the wall. Notla Moshe Viu Etzlo B'chalosin Shonim Shoyo Yisro B'Midro Yishnei Aronos Halolo Echot Shel Mesach Shel Shchina. There was the Aron from the Mishkan, and there was there in Shel Moshe Malchum Zeh Im Zeh. They would go side by side. Yeah, when they traveled. Oy Ovrim Vishovin Omrim Atim Shel Shnei Aronos Halolo. What's the nature of these two arcs? Omru Echot Shel Mesach Shel Shchina. One is the Aron of a corpse, and the other is the Shechina. So what does go hand in hand with the Shechina? Omru Kim Zeh Kol Masha Kosa B'Zeh. Because this person fulfilled everything that was written in the other. Right? So over here, Rashi says, Agodozum Freshet B'Chilta Parshas Vayi B'Shalach Ksiv. It says in the Oren what the Luchos, Anochi Hashem Elokecho, Anochi. And what did Yosef say with his brothers? Asachas Elokim Anochi. Am I in the place of God? Okay. Ksiv Zelo Yilucho Ksiv Bozeo Elokim Anayore. With his brothers, he says, I fear God. Losisa Chei Paro Zoches HaShabbos V'Tvoch Tobach V'Ochin V'Ein Zelo Yom HaShabbos V'Chein Omer Chinos HaSheyaviu. He shows that everything that's in Aseres Adibris Yosef fulfilled. Okay? Vilo Osik Beig Moshe Yisrael Lo Yisaskin Beig. I mean, if what's name wouldn't have done it, Yosef, Moshe, what Klal Yisrael wouldn't have taken care of Moshe, buried him, Boksiv, Vesatzim Suyam Shehelu Bnei Yisrael, Tzrayim, Kobr Shchem, Vesu Ilo Yisaskin Yisrael Bonav Lo Yisaskin Beig. And if Yisrael wouldn't have buried Yosef, and Moshe wouldn't have, the Jews wouldn't have buried him. He has children. Right, it says that Shechem became the portion of what? Of Bnei Yosef. So they were involved. Better, more people should do than less people. That's why the sons wouldn't have children. So and the multitude says, better the one who's more prestigious, let him bury it rather than the lesser stature people. So if Moshe wouldn't have done it, Klal Yisrael would have. If Klal Yisrael wouldn't have, then his children would have. Kovru b'Shchem, Maishno Shchem, Amr Reb Choma b'Reb Chanina b'Shchem Ganvu. Where was he stolen from? Where was he sold into slavery? From Shchem. L'Shchem Nazik Avidoso. Where was he returned? To Shchem. Koshkura Adod Iksiv Vayikach Moshe Satzmos Yosef. It says Moshe took the remains of Yosef. So was it Bnei Yisrael? Was it Moshe? A person does something, does not complete the mitzvah. The Torah attributes the whole action as if he did the whole thing. Why? Because it says Not only that, if you're able to do a mitzvah and you take it halfway, not only don't you get credit, you take it down. Right, says Yehuda lost favor among his wife. Originally they wanted to kill Yosef. So what happened? He says, we're not going to kill him. We'll sell him. If you're already involved in the saving process, you should have bring him back to the father. So because he didn't complete the mitzvah, not only did he not go forward, he went backwards. Reb Shmuel bar Nachmani Omer af kopi ishto bonov, he even buries his family, his wife Dichsiv, Thomas Vashua, Ishas Yehuda, so Yomas Erba Ona. It's unbelievable this. You hear this? He buries his family, his wife, and his children. And it says, why did his children die? Because they committed onanism. They wasted seed. What does that have to do because he didn't complete the mitzvah Yehuda? You have the question I'm asking? Albert. Am I going too fast? No. The reason why his wife and children died, because he could have completed the mitzvah, saved Yosef, he did not. That's why his children died. That's what it says. How could they be punished for their father? And it says explicitly they died because they did a Rabbi in Hashem.
No, because he made a shvuah if I don't bring back.
No, that's unrelated to this. We read in the Gemara, the reason why his wife and children died is because he started a mitzvah, did not complete the mitzvah.
Right. What was that mitzvah?
The mitzvah saving Yosef.
Right.
No, it's Binyamin. What does that do with anything? It's Binyamin. This is Yosef. This is Yosef here. They pulled him out of the pit, they were going to kill him.
Right.
She says, let's not kill him. But what he should have said, but let's bring him back to our father. Rather, he sold him to slavery. Okay? No, but why is it? But it says the reason why his children died is not because he didn't complete the mitzvah, is because they wasted seed. They're separate. They have their own level of culpability. Same question is asked. I asked. It says, why did Nadav Avihu pass away? So because they drank wine, where they ruled in the presence of Moshe Rabbeinu. But it says the reason why they died is because Aaron, he participated in the Egel. That's why two of his children died, because he participated in the Egel. Moshe prayed. Originally, all four of his sons were supposed to die. But the reason why only two, because Moshe Rabbeinu annulled 50% of the decree. What do you mean? It says they died because they did their own wrong thing. They sinned. Same question, identical question. So what I said was that the Orach Chaim HaKadosh says by Nadav Avihu that because of Aaron, they should have had a level of clarity that they shouldn't have made the mistake they made. None of you made a mistake. But why did they make a mistake? Because they didn't have clarity. But if Aaron wasn't supposed to be punished, they would have had the clarity. If they would have had the clarity, they wouldn't have made the mistake they made. They wouldn't have sinned. Therefore, Aaron is being punished. Aaron's chus is annulled. Therefore, his children are now left to themselves. Therefore, they made a mistake. So they're being put to death, dying because of their own mistake, their own sin. Same thing here. If Yehudim wouldn't have sinned, his children wouldn't have had a reason to waste their seed. But because you didn't have the chus, they have nothing to protect them. So now they're given to their own evil inclinations. Therefore, they made the mistake. They sinned by wasting their seed. You follow what I'm saying? Correct. They don't have his chus to protect them. Once they don't have the chus to protect them, now you're on your own. On their own. Therefore, they failed. Okay? He says to his brothers, remove my bones from Egypt. He's still living human. He's not he's a sack of bones. He's not bones. He's a living human being. If you hear this, first, why did Yosef pass away 10 years before his time? He's supposed to live to 120 because he heard his brother say, Avdcha Ovi. His father referred to as his servant before he revealed himself to his brothers. So because he referred to himself, he heard his father be referred to as Avdcha. Therefore, he refers to himself as bones. His value was demoted. He kept because he was in the position of what? You burn the candle at both ends. shortens years, but still. So it says, of course, he heard his father's name, Avdecha, mentioned 10 times. The answer is, it's only because he didn't have that special siyata, the special protection. So therefore, assuming that level of pressure, of responsibility, it shortens one's years. Yosef Hurad Mitzraymo, Omra Beloza Al Tikri Hurad El Horid. In this, meaning he demoted. Hurad means he was taken. Horid. Shahorid think Paro Biduloson. He caused that the stargaze of Egypt to be demoted. Why? Paro had a dream. So it says he summoned all the wise men to interpret the dream. What happened? They couldn't. So who outshone them? Yosef. So because of Yosef, they were downgraded. The wise men of Egypt. So he was Horid. Shahorid, it's not a Paro Biduloson. Paro. What's a soris? A eunuch. Who purchased Potiphar? The Sris Paro. The eunuch of Paro. Omrav Shekonol Latzmo. Yiddish originally he purchased him to commit to sodomize him. Bo Gabriel Piro. Yeah? When he castrated him. Hashem sent Gabriel to castrate him. Chas v'sholom, that he shouldn't in any way attempt to go near Yosef. Ksiv Nikora Ksiv Potiphar. Potiphar is a masculine pronunciation. It was so Potiphera, meaning he lost his masculinity. Why? Because he was castrated by Gabriel. Milonu godul mi Moshe v'yom Hashem Eli Ravloch. Omra b'lei b'Rav B'Yiser b'Rav Yisru b'Rav B'Yiser Rav Lochem by Korach Vadoso. He said he's Rav Lochem b'nei Levi. Rav Ravloch. But when he prayed by Eschanon, Dobrach Ravlocho, you have somebody special to be your successor. Who's that? Moni Yeshua. Yeshua's going to be your successor. Dobrache Ravloch Shlomo Harav Makabakosh Talmud Kamasavin. Hashem told to be silent, because what do people say? The Rav is so stubborn, is so hard, and the Talmud doesn't let up. Kolkach Lomo Tono Dverim Shmo Lefum Gal Shichna. Now, so the question is, why did Hashem let him go? According to a camel, it's low, because according to Moshe Rabbeinu's dimension of spirituality, what he did, he failed. He wasn't deserving to be forgiven. He struck the rock. A person less than Moshe Rabbeinu struck the rock, he would have been forgiven. But Moshe, at your level, to strike the rock, it's unforgivable. That's the Fum Gab L'Shichna. According to the camel, it's load. Yom Alei Ben Meya Vesum Shona Anoche Hayom, right? Shein Talmud, what's Hayom? Hayom Molu Yom HaYishmosai. He says, today I'm exactly 120 years old. He was born on Zion Ador, he passed away on Zion Ador. Lamdoch Shechashom Mashlim Shnosein Shal Sidim Yom Yom Chodesh L'Rosh T'chsiv Es Mispar Yomecha Amalei. I will complete the days of your years. Lo Uchalod Lotzis Lovo. He says, I can't go out or come back. My Lotzis Lovo. Ilem Lotzis Lovo. Mami Shoksid Moshe Ben Meya Vesum Shona B'Mos Lo Nos Lecho. It says he had all his vigor and strength. What do you mean? He wasn't infirm, or he wasn't restricted. He couldn't walk. Moshe and the Arvis Moral Har Nevo. With one leap, he went up the mountain to the top. One leap, he went up all. It was 12 levels. That all the well springs of Chokhmah were sealed, so he couldn't engage in Torah any longer. They went. Torah Osa Shabbos Shel Yu Zugi Hoyso. It was a partnership. Nitla Rishus Mizev Nitla was taken away from Moshe, and the mantle of leadership was given over to Yeshua. V'Tanya Omer Rabbi Yehuda L'Moli Mikra Kosu Yev Shel Omro Heichel Moshe Mes Chelk Sheruvim. When he passed away in the Transjordan side, it was the Chsiv Yal Moshe Ma'arvis Mov El Har Nevo. Nevo, where's the mountain Nevo? Next time you're here, we'll give a tour. The Chelko Shel Ruvain, Kaimel. It's the portion of Ruvain. The Kaimel they Ruvain Bonu. There's Nevo. It says Ve'echon Moshe Kover. Where was he actually buried? You this? He went up to the mountain, passed away at Har Nevo. But where was he buried? Chelko Shel God. God is also the Transjordan side. Ruvain God Chatzishev Menashe. Tichsiv Vayar Reishis Lo Bechelko Shel Ruvain Ad Chelko Shel God Kama Hava. What's the distance from the portion of Ruvain to the portion of God? 4 miles. Osnar b'milim who took him. Mlamit shoy Moshe mutal b'kanfei shchina umalchi shoros omrim tzidkas Hashem osam mishpotu v'yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu omer miyokom li imreim v'zlim poli oven Shmuel Omar Mir Kachom Yodei Pesha Dover Rav Yochanan HaChochmo Me'ayin Timtzo Rav Nachman V'Yom Moshe Samilon. So there's an argument what Samilon means. Does it mean an angel? Does it mean it's the Shem Chochem? Omar V'Yom Moshe Sifar Rabbi Yisrael. He's the great Sofer of Yisrael. Tanya Rav Lezer Omer Shnei Mosamil Al Shnei Mosamil Keneged Machli Yisrael. Yiddish. The camp of Israel was 12 miles by 12 miles. Baskol Mashmi of Omer V'Yom Moshe Safar Rabbi Yisrael, who passed away. He was a Baskol said, the great Sofer of the Jews. Shomrim Lomes Moshe Sivhocha V'Yom Moshe Hagzidim Sivhos V'Yishom Im Hashem Al Halan Omer Mishamish Afkanu Mishamish. Meaning he didn't pay. Meaning even after he passed away, he officiates in Shemayim. V'Yikros Bagai Beretz Moab. He was buried in the valley in Eretz Moab. Mubei Spor Apsim Omer Brachio Simen Toch Simen Afilu Hochi. What's Simen Toch Simen? Klom Simonim Harbi Beretz Moab. I mean, Torah is identical, very specific, where he was buried. Right? Simbisong, it says, right? Bagai, Mubei Spor, but yet, with all the identifying the locations, you can't locate his grave. Right? Lo Yodish Kivro, Ukvar Shilcho, Malchus Harisho, Eitzel Gistro, Yiddish, Shal Bei Spor, Herenu Hechon Moshe Kober. The Romans, they want to know exactly where's Moshe buried. The Romans is known as the evil empire, like Reagan referred to them, the evil empire. Okay? Omdu lemalo, nidnu lem lemato. They went on top, higher up, they saw him on the bottom. Lemato, nidnu lem lemalo. They saw him above. Nachuku, they divided to two groups. Osem shomdu lemalo, nidnu lem lemato. Lemato, nidnu lem lemalo. The kaima shenema of lo yodi ishnu. Hashem says nobody will know his burial location. Rav Chamber Bachanino Oma Af Moshe Rabbeinu Eni Yodei Hechel Kov Moshe himself Chsiv Hochel Lo Yodi Ish Eskuroso. The Ish doesn't know. Uchsiv Hosem Zosa Broch Hashem Berach Moshe Ish Elim Zuz Ish Moshe himself. Rav Chamber Bachanino Neiman Nikva Moshe Eitzel Beis Por. Why is he buried opposite Beis Por? The El Chaper Al Beisapor. Satosa brings a medrash that every year, once a year, the deity of the idol comes out of the ground. Moshe buried it up to its nose, the idol. Every year it comes up, but the moment it comes up and it sees the kever of Moshe, it goes right back into the ground. It comes up to prosecute the Jews for what happened thousands of years ago. It says you should go after Hashem. Could you go after the Shechina? Lo kvar nemar ki Hashem elokecha ish ochlo. He's an all-consuming fire. What does it mean? You should go after Hashem. You should emulate his midos. Mahu malbush harumim, as God clothes the naked by Odom Achabo. D'chsiv v'yas Hashem elkeim lo Odom lishto kosnus or. He made kosnus tunics of or, the albishem, and he clothed them. Also halbeish harumim, emulate Hashem. You should dress clothed and naked. HaKadosh Baruch Hu biker cholim, paid a sick visit. D'chsiv v'yirei lo Hashem Elonim mamrei afato baker cholim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu nichem avelim. Hashem paid a shiva visit. T'chsiv v'yachri Moshe Avrov v'yeif v'yevorech Elokim es Yitzchok. So Rashi said it was birchas avelim. B'no afato nachim avel. Kodesh Baruch Hu cover mesim. Hashem buries the dead. T'chsiv v'yikbor osa bagay afato kfor besim. What a costus he made. Tunics made of or literally means leather, right? V'charoma dover sheor nenem imeru. Something that the body could benefit from. So what is that? So that's wool. Rashi says, "Rega, yeah. What is it? What? Linen. Right. It's comfortable. Charom dover sheor nenem imeru. Dorish Reb Simloi Torah Tchilos Gemilas Chesed. The Torah begins with Chesed. We speak about the clothing of Odom Achava, the nakedness. Sof Gemilas Chesed, Chel Gemilas Chesed. D'chsvayas Hashem Elokim Lo Odom Lishto Kosnesor. V'Al Bishem. Sof Gemilas Chasod. Michsiv v'Yikbar Osa Bagai. Starts with Chesed, ends with Chesed. Dorish Reb Simloi Neiman Nisav Moshe Rabbeinu Likonei Lord. Why did Moshe have such a desire to go into Eretz Yisrael? V'Chilecho Mipir Yehuda Tzorach. I heard there's a restaurant on Ben Yehuda that's unbelievable. Is that why he wanted to go to Eretz Yisrael? Howard. This is the way Howard would speak. Oh, this Boa Mituva, he wanted to benefit from the physicality of Eretz Yisrael. Elakacho Moshe Harbi Mitzvahs Nitzavu Yisrael. The many mitzvahs were given to Klal Yisrael. When Miskamel Boritz, Eretz Yisrael, you can only fulfill those mitzvahs in Eretz Yisrael. And Konis Ani Loritz, Kishkamu Kulam Al Yodi. I would like to go in that all of them should be fulfilled through me. Omala Kodesh Baruch Kluma Tobevakish Lo Kabel Schar. You mean you want to go there so you should receive that reward? Malini Olecho Kila Asisem. I consider it as if you did those mitzvahs. Shenemar Lochein Achalik Lo Barabim Vezatzum Micholeg Sholo Tachas Asher Hero Lomus Nafsho Vesposhim Nimne Vuchoto Larabim Noso Leposhim Yavgia Lochein Achak Lo Barabim Yochel Bachronim Velo Karishonim. What's the question? Yochel Karishonim Rega Vishul Poshim Hivgia. Okay? Tamlov Zos Atzum Yicholek Sholo. Kavrom, he will get the portion like the powerful ones. Kavrom Yitzchak Yav Shem Atzum Bator B'Mitzvah Tachsher Hero Lomos Nafsho. Where did he give his life? He was put his life on the line for Klal Yisrael. Shemos Nafsho Lemisa Shnemar V'Imayin. He said by the Chet Egel, if you don't forgive him, just obliterate me from your sefer. As Poshim Nimne Nimne Meisi Midbar. He should have what? He should have passed away in the Midbar. Chet Rabim Noshe Keeper of Masa Egel Poshim Yafki Shbik Shrachma Poshim Yisrael Shiazu Beshuva. This is interesting. Here with us, the reason why Klaus said the tshuva in the Midbar, right? Otherwise they would have been destroyed, is because he prayed that they should do tshuva. Hear this? La Poshim Yafki Shbik Shrachma Poshim Yisrael Shiazu Beshuva. Rashi says, Bishul Poshim Hivgia. V'Hivgia L'Tfila Shnema Vato Al Tispal B'Ara Omazev Al Tisa Badam Rino Tfila Al Tifkabi. It's interesting. Over here, we have a few minutes. We have 5 minutes. It says earlier, he says, what I want to go to Israel, so the mitzvah should be fulfilled al yodi, through myself. He says, I want to fulfill them. What do you mean the mitzvah should be fulfilled al yodi? You have the question. The language. El besod ikones ke ani loretz ke shiskaimu kulon al yodi, through my hand. It seems to be that if Moshe Rabbeinu would have fulfilled the mitzvahs himself, it would have given a different dimension of value to the mitzvah and Klaus will do it afterwards. He wanted to be the one to fill the mitzvahs first. And once he does it, it brings everything to another level. That's al yodi. Otherwise, it's kadesh akaima mitzvahs. I want to go inside, I should fulfill the mitzvahs. What's al yodi? What's through my hand? It seems there's a connotation because if he engaged in the mitzvah now, when Klaus does that same mitzvah, no. Howard, you listen with one ear. It goes in and goes in the other direction. Has to go in into the. Not that he's the conduit. No. I'll give you an example. You know, somebody came to somebody, Rebbe Yoshev's grandson, and says, "I'm willing to pay $36,000 for Rebbe Yoshev's Arba Campus tzitzis." How about he wears? I'd like it for myself. He's willing to give to tzedakah anything. Rebbe Yoshev wants $36,000. Says his grandson, Rebbe Yoshev, started to laugh. If he wants my Arba Campus, which costs a few dollars, let him give it. He might as well let him give $36,000 in tzedakah. I'll get another one. What did he want Rebbe Yoshev's talis cut?
It was supposed to be other, so in other words, it was seen as if he did it, so just as he did, I want to do it.
You're missing the point. What does the story have to do with what you're saying? Because Rabbi Yoshua, it brings it to another level. It gives it a kedusha. The Arba Campus is a kedusha. Moshe Rabbeinu does the mitzvah has a different level of kedusha.
Right. So why is it?
We're saying two different things. We're saying two different things. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody sits on this chair, a tzaddik. This chair becomes holy. Right? So now if I do a mitzvah on that chair, the mitzvah is a different mitzvah because it's elevated. If Moshe Rabbeinu does a mitzvah, the mitzvah is elevated. So now when I do that same mitzvah, I'm doing a more elevated mitzvah.
Exactly.
Not that he's a conduit. It has nothing with a conduit.
But he's seen, I'm learning from that person to see how to do something. So it's
nothing to do with learning. Nothing to do with learning. It's inherent, intrinsic in what he's accomplished. Hadrun lo chamakane liishto. Hadrun lo chamakane liishto. Hadrun chamakane lo liishto. Hoye mavius mitchoso. Now the Sotah inspector adultery, she has to bring a meal offering. Go quick. B'sahoya, maybe as mchazpol kefifa mitzvahs, they bring it in a literally a deficient, disgraceful basket. It's called an Egyptian basket. It was like a wicker type basket. No stal yoda, the Kohen put it on her hands. It was heavy. Kedei liyaga, that should make her weary. And because if she's weary, maybe she'll admit she committed adultery. Kol ha-menochas tchilosim sovim klishoris. All of the menachos, it starts off in the klishoris, ends in the klishoris. Zut chilosim kipur mitzvahs. Here it starts in this Egyptian basket. So, and ultimately, when they bring it as a korban, it's in the klishoris, a mitzvah vessel. Kol menachos tun shemen will go. All menachos have oil and the spice levona. V'zu en yatura lo shemen. Her korban has no oil, no olive oil, no levona. Kol menachos bos bin achid. All of the meal offerings are made of wheat flour. Zubo min asor. This is from barley. Minchas omer apisha bo min asor. Even though minchas omer is also sorin, yoisabo geris, but it was sifted 13 times. So it was the finest of the fine. Zubok boskems. This comes with all the bran in it. It's not sifted out. From Liloma, why? Kashem shemasa masa behemo. As a behavior is no different than an animal. Without any level of responsibility, korban ma'achal behemo, it's animal fodder. Tanyo abachonan omi mishum Reb Lezer. Kedei liyaga. What do we want to wear her out? Kedei shetarzubo. Yeah, because we wanted to admit. In kocha chos Torah overeat because Hashem wanted she shouldn't die. She's going to die. Kavchomer overeat ritzon. Kavchomer osei ritzon. If Hashem cares about the woman who committed adultery, she shouldn't die. So somebody does the will of Hashem. How much more does Hashem care about them? Umimai mishum b'chosu. What do we say? Hashem is rachmanos on her life. Dil lekech lo timoche megillah. Maybe the reason why He wants her to admit her guilt because He shouldn't have to obliterate the name of Hashem. Sabar, the answer is this. Abba Chonan holds, Reb Lezer holds. Mashkevachach makrif is kabbalah. She first drinks the water with obliterated Megillah, and then you bring the korban activates what she already had drunk. The mishum Megillah imchiktole. The Megillah is already is obliterated, so it makes no difference. You hear what he says? We hold that first you bring the mincha, then you obliterate it, and she. This Reb Lezer holds the other. First, she drinks. But what activates that the water, which she already had drunk, that's the mincha. So we want her to admit before we bring the mincha to save her life. Because if she's guilty, that's going to trigger it. That's the trigger. And if it's triggered, she's going to die. So we have a kal v'chomer. Somebody who says, no, sir, it's only, you see, Hashem doesn't want her to die. So somebody who does the will of Hashem, definitely Hashem doesn't want them to die. Okay, we will stop here.